One.
Sometimes I can't tell.
Welcome to Off the Stage podcast.
That's it, yeah, that's the one.
Welcome back to Off the Stage with myself, Conor Michael. This is James Berry, and if we've had anybody watching our episodes over the last few months, you might recognise a face on the table. This was Hive Mind's drummer, but we have Jack Fox.
Hello.
So welcome back to the pod, Jack.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having us.
How are you doing?
I'm alright. I'm a bit cold,
Oh yeah?
but I'm alright.
Yeah.
I mean, I am sitting in a t-shirt, so it's no fault really.
Yeah.
But I'm alright. How are you?
You know what? Cold is the same answer.
Yeah,
I've had this hoodie on all day. I'm slowly perking up.
Right.
I'm okay. I think I've got two heaters right next to me. I picked
You're talking the heaters and the headphones.
I've got the heaters and the headphones. I've got it all, to be fair. Like, luxury.
Operations are running over here.
I know.
I must say, I admire you guys' work ethic. This is the fourth episode you done today? Third episode you done today?
Yeah. Fourth one today, yeah.
It's the fourth one, aye.
Nice. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And then
I've
gigs
let-
tonight.
Oh, really? Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm here, ironically.
Oh, okay.
But not till like 9:30. So obviously, as I say, when we had you on before, you were a drummer in Hive Mind,
Yep.
which of course you still are.
I am still.
But today, what's the difference? What is your solo project?
Well, you say solo project, but actually I'm a rapper as well as being a drummer in Hive Mind. And I started rapping was like the first musical thing that I did before I started drumming.
Right?
I've always seen it as a fun outlet. I think I've got ADHD, and I like making things fit nicely. So I like it when words rhyme perfectly and everything kind of fits nicely.
Does sound like ADHD.
Yeah, it sounds like it, doesn't it? Yeah. So that's the first thing I started doing musically, is making words rhyme and write my own little poems and songs and stuff, and then figuring out eventually how to write it properly, like in verses and choruses and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I was at school, I did music for GCSE, and the music teacher was like, rap isn't really musical enough to do for GCSE, because I essentially wanted to just do a karaoke version of like Eminem songs. And
Yeah.
he was like, I mean, I get it, but you can't.
Yeah.
So he said it's kind of rhythmical, so learn the drums. And then I was like, boom. I was like, oh yeah, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
So then I became a drummer, and then they're just two widely different. Like, I'm in a rock band and a rap band, and there's no real crossover point. But
Yeah.
I love them both equally as much. So
Cool.
Did you ever get any music before rap? Was there like a solo singer kind of vibe, or guitar or anything, or was it just?
not really. It was always rap. It was always like the people I hung around with when you're like forming yourself as a person when you're like 14, 15, 16. The people I hung around with were like a bit older than me and were into rap music, and that's how I got into it. My dad was also big into music, and I mean he listened to like Zeppelin and all the classic rock bands, but he was also big on any new music that was coming out. So it's around the time when Eminem was coming out,
Yeah.
Dr. Dre and all that stuff. So he would listen to them CDs just because it was new and exciting, and I would hear them around the house, and I'd be like, that's for me.
Yeah.
And then there we go.
So I never really got into like the rap scene. Obviously, I don't mind the genre itself. But was there ever moments in like school where you did like rap battles and stuff like that, or is that just like a proper Americanized film thing?
It's a bit American. I was probably the only guy in school who was really into it like that. I mean, I think everybody kind of went through an Eminem phase,
Yeah.
I'm assuming, you know.
Yeah.
But I like dressed like a rapper. Like I had the baggy pants and
Yeah.
the oversized t-shirt and stuff. I used to get picked on a bit at school for it, 'cause I was deep into it. And then I did go through a rap battle phase. I used to run a rap battle league, believe it or not.
All right,
when I was in my early 20s. I actually travelled around the country for a bit doing it. It was a wild couple of years. But no, not so much like you see on 8 Mile and stuff, where I was like rap battling to save me life and all that stuff. Not really that to that extreme. No.
Yeah. I have to say that would have been a cool one.
It is a subculture of like rap music. Is the battling part? It's a big deal because I mean, rap music in general is a really competitive genre of music. And most rap songs are like, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
So battling is a way to prove that you're better than somebody else. But,
Yeah.
but it is seen as like a sport, like people shake hands afterwards and go
Yeah.
good game, and then that's
Yeah.
it, you know what I mean? Which is good, I think.
Yeah.
Otherwise it can't really change.
GG easy.
Yeah, exactly.
So when it comes to writing raps,
Yeah.
is it, because obviously when you write songs, you could write lyrics and over months, I'll add them together.
Sure.
Is that similar to rap, or would you find it easier if you just got it out there and then?
I'll let you know the secret. If you look, I'm not going to show the camera this, right? But if you look at me notes here, right?
Yeah.
I've got a note here called rap lyrics, and this is all punchlines, right? You can see how many I've got, right?
Yeah.
So what I do is I'll think of a punch, because obviously, you know, I've got like a humour background, whatever. I do
Yeah.
comedy and stuff as well. I'll normally think of a punchline and then work backwards.
All right.
So the punchline will be like the end of a 4-bar rhyme.
Yeah.
And then I'll just kind of fill in the blanks with rhymes beforehand, and then the fourth line will be like the punchline. Usually there's 16 bars in a rap verse, so that's 4 punchlines, and then work backwards and then make it fit. But also there's times when, I mean, you're a songwriter as well, and sometimes you'll just feel like you need to get whatever you're feeling out of yourself, so you will just sit and just rhyme. Sometimes it happens, but mostly that's how I'll think of a punchline, write it down, like when I come to writing a song, I find the right beat or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll dip in my bag of punchlines and then work around it. That's what I'm saying. The ADHD brain, I'm making things fit. It's like a little jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah. Obviously, just where you mention it as a punchline, is there ever been a point where you've got, say, notes for your raps and you're going punchline and work back, that you thought it was too good to be in the rap that you've turned it into a joke, and you went, actually, I think I could put that in that aspect instead, or vice versa, you went, this is a good joke, fuck, I'll put that in the rap?
There's one instance that's happened where I've got it in both a song and turned it into a joke.
Yeah.
That's hacky to do it on the podcast, but I'll mention it anyways. But I'm in a long distance relationship. My girlfriend lives in America, so I've got a line in a song about how I've got a girl in the States on the webcam, so now I've got to learn how to type with my left hand. but I do it in my comedy set as well. It's the whole thing. But I don't do it as a rhyme. I do it as a joke.
Yeah.
But the premise is still there. Masturbation.
Just to clarify,
just to clarify, in case that flew over some heads.
Yeah. So obviously you said you dressed like a rapper back then, and everyone had an Eminem phase.
Yeah.
Who were your influences, as well as Eminem, that kind of got you to?
Yeah, I mean, at first it was Eminem. Then 50 Cent came along.
Yeah.
And he was a big deal for me. Then you kind of broaden your horizons as it goes on. Jay-Z was big. Kanye was big. Now I like Action Bronson. Do you know Action Bronson?
I think I've heard.
He's turned into more of like a Renaissance man. He's got like a YouTube show where he does cooking and stuff.
Yeah.
He runs. He's got a clothing line.
Yeah.
But he does like. He's like a cartoon character. His rap songs are ridiculous, over the top. He's talking about jumping out of helicopters and doing backflips and wrestling and all this stuff. He's a wild guy. I like Action Bronson. But he came around in the last few years. It's all the cliched ones. Eminem, 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Kanye, Drake, even to an extent.
Yeah,
a little bit. I like a lot of the old school guys though, like NWA, Tupac, Biggie. All the classics.
Yeah.
You can't really go wrong with the classics. The classics and cliches for a reason, aren't they? Because
well, exactly.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's you get that with like music and stuff like that. Just because you're getting into music in like the 20s doesn't mean you're not gonna like the Beatles. You know,
no, of course.
Something stands back.
We're wearing a Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Drake just walked in the building now.
Sounds like it.
I do apologise. I think you scored the unlucky slot in there.
That's
in today's
fine. It's
report,
alright. Trouble follows me everywhere.
Yeah. There is a section we normally go to songwriters, which would be quite cool to see in rap terms.
Sure.
But what's the most personal rap that you've done that you feel is like your most personal, whether it's the rap or lyric, that you're like, So normally we say, what's the most personal song you wrote?
Yeah.
Is there any like bars or specific song?
I've got because like I say, like I do like I'm reluctant to say I do comedy rap. I do rap songs that have ridiculous elements in them. I think there's a slight difference. So most of my songs are just stupid punchline based stuff, but I've got a couple of songs that like you say, sometimes you just sit down and need to write some stuff and get shit up. So when I play live, I've got a song called 15 Minutes, which is about everybody gets their 15 minutes of fame. Like, when's mine going to come? When you know, and deal with frustrations of being an artist and not breaking through to the other side. And the song, towards the end of the song, the track fades out. So when I'm doing it live, it's just me on stage, just rapping like a cappella. And the last line is like, everybody's going to die, so what's the point in anything? Which is a bit ridiculous. But I've been doing that for a while now, and I've got loads of music recorded that I'm scared to release. I think it's just perks of one of those things of being an artist. I'm scared to release it. I've got this one song called Vulpecula, which sounds ridiculous, but Vulpecula is a star constellation that's called the Big Fox, and my name's Jack Fox. So the chorus is, I feel like my life's been written in the stars. It's talking about being an artist, sometimes you have to sacrifice things. Like I've sacrificed missing out friends' birthdays because I've had to do gigs, holidays with my friends because I haven't been able to afford to go away with them because I'm not making as much money as an artist. I get the name Fox from my granddad. My granddad was a stand-up comedian called Alan Fox.
Right.
He passed away in 2014. So that's where I get the Fox name from. At the time I was writing this, I don't want to bring this whole thing down too much, but at the time I was writing the song, my dad passed away as well. That was the whole thing I had to deal with. So I've got this song called Vulpecula, which hopefully will be coming out this year.
Yeah.
And I've got an idea for a music video and everything for it. And I think that's probably I've only performed it once or twice live because I'd rather people heard it first before they took it in live. That's probably the most meaningful song to us at the minute, Vulpecula, which I quite like the story behind it, but I know it's a bit of a mouthful to say Vulpecula, but I like it. So
No, that's good. Cool. Mint, I think that's good to take a quick break. We'll be back with part 2. We've got a few Q&As.
Cool.
And we'll see you there.
Sure.
See you in a bit.
Let's roll. Get through this.
Welcome back to part 2.
Yeah, you got, again, myself, Conor Michael. This is James Berry, and we have Jack Fox, rapper, drummer, and every artistic mode possible in the Northeast. He'll be part of that.
I can't paint.
Well, now, when you say you can't paint, you could probably put paint on the paper.
I put paint on a drumstick for playing drums.
There you go.
Hey, that's an idea, that, you know. Get a white snare drum head and just... Alright, I can't paint.
There you go.
There you go.
So, because we're talking about obviously your rap era kind of thing, I'm gonna specify this to that genre of your art form. What's your favourite gig story from the rap scene?
Ooh, good question. There still is. I'm sure he's still about. There's a guy called Charlie Salisbury who runs. He hasn't done anything for a little while, but I know these things take the toll on people. So sometimes people need to take a break or whatever. Runs a collective called Any Rising.
Right.
And he used to put on events that were called open mics, but they weren't. You know, when you see an open mic advertised, you think people turn up and play Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, busker nights.
Yeah, but there were rap open mics where people. There's so many rappers in the north. There's so many talented rappers in the northeast that a lot of people don't know about. I think a lot of us hit a ceiling as well, where we need that next step to break through. I think Iconic, the rapper Iconic from Middlesbrough way.
Yeah, I think I've heard him. Yeah, I have heard of him.
And NEO is another guy from around the northeast. They're now getting on BBC Radio 1 and 1 Extra and stuff. So they're starting to break through, which is great. But anyways, Any Rising used to do events at the Clooney, open mic nights where there'd be like 20 rappers on, and would do 3 songs each. And there's some of the venue would be full. And you know, like I've got songs with chorus in. I've got my song "Drive a Car with Your Eyes Closed," which isn't a rap song, but it's like a spoken word type thing. And people are just singing the lyrics back to you, and it's all. I think some people as well who maybe aren't in the rap scene get an idea of what like a rap show is like. And rap music can be violent at times, can be misogynistic at times. I get that, but when you go to one of these events, it's everybody's supporting each other. It's all love. Everybody knows each other's songs. Everybody's so supportive of each other. People are getting on stage for the first time. Everybody's giving them a round of applause, singing the words back to them and stuff. So some of the Any Rising nights have been some of my favourite gigs ever. Even though I'm only doing 3 songs, but then also I did my first headline gig at Little Buildings in Newcastle last Easter. And that was cool to see like a room full of people. I played a Rage Against the Machine cover. There was a mosh pit stuff, people crowd surfing and stuff.
Class.
People singing my lyrics back to us. And then you go on Instagram afterwards and everybody's tagged you and stuff, and the room looks so full and everybody's sweaty and jumping around and stuff. So that was really cool. My headline show, a little bit. I've also opened for Goldie Looking Chain at the Academy. That was really cool. That was a really cool experience as well.
Awesome.
I've been lucky, man. I played a lot of like really nice venues around Newcastle. I've been really lucky. So, but my headline show at Little Buildings was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It's always like a special spot. That your first headline, isn't it?
Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah. We got a few Instagram questions.
Sure.
So we've got at Mrs. Berry Insta said, if you could learn a new skill / ability, what would it be? Other than drum paint.
I was going to say paint, but I've clocked that pretty much. Is it new skill? I tell you what, at the start of this year, 2023, I set myself a goal to record a new rap project, which I've done, which will be out next week, by the way. and I wanted to play guitar more. I play a little bit guitar. I dabble. I know my pentatonic scales. I know bar chords.
You know more than me.
Yeah, but I wanted to learn guitar a bit more. I can play a couple of tunes here and there. It's good fun. I just enjoy doing it. But I just didn't pick it up this year at all, really. So learn a bit more guitar, get a bit more confident on guitar.
Yeah.
I think would be it's a boring answer, I feel, but it's true.
Yeah, that's fair enough. At Stitch Redman said, if you had to compare your aubergine to a celebrity, who would it be?
Does he know I do this as a joke?
I'm assuming so, because I think he specifically waited for you to be on the podcast.
Is that like an aubergine emoji, like a little aubergine, or like something like?
You cock, James.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. I just want to be clear, you know.
My cock.
When you say it out loud, it's like I was like, you mean aubergine? What the fuck are you talking about? I thought it was an inside joke or something. Sorry,
you never sent a text message in.
Yeah. My emoji aubergine is a lot like Tom Cruise. Short, but still gives memorable performances. And is secretly gay. Yeah. I'm on at the stand at the 23rd of February. Go see the joke.
Oh, I'm going to make sure he hasn't really done any more of these, but at Stitch_Redman_music_management, who has done the most impressive freestyle verse that you've ever seen?
Oh, wow. The most impressive that I've ever seen. Fucking hell. It depends. It's this... It depends, really. Like I say, I like Action Bronson. He did sometimes I'll go on like a deep YouTube wormhole, just watching freestyles, just getting inspired by people. It depends who you're looking for. When I was younger, I used to really get into what's that guy's name? I've got his name now. I'm so old. Anyways, whatever. I like Action Bronson. He did a good freestyle on Funk Flex's radio show. There's a lot of good ones. There's a guy called Black Thought who's in the Roots. Do you know Jimmy Fallon? Have you seen Jimmy Fallon's talk show? His band, that's the Roots, with Questlove on drums and stuff. So Black Thought is in the Roots, and he did a freestyle on Funk Flex's video show for 9 minutes, just like top to bottom. Like it is. If you had to sum up what hip hop is, you show somebody that video and they go, okay, I get it. Funk, yeah, that was a good one. There's also a good one on Sway's radio show, Sway in the Morning, by Conway the Machine. Conway the Machine's probably the greatest rapper in the world at the minute. Got shot in the head and now only speaks out of one side of his mouth, and he's still the best rapper in the world. Yeah. It's like, how do you overcome that and still become a great rapper? There's a female rapper called Win out of Oakland in America somewhere, and she did a good freestyle on Sway's radio show as well. There's bound to be some from the northeast, but I can't think off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So I'll say those guys.
Cool. At HMV Newcastle said, do you think family-friendly lyrics would mean rap would lose its edge?
Family friendly? No, not really. I think it depends who you are, though. Like, you can't. I think Will Smith's done it, right?
I was going to say, like, rap is all about authenticity.
Yeah.
So if you're being authentic, being attracted to that audience, then it's gonna be alright, isn't it?
Right. It's completely. Like, you're not going to censor Eminem, but
yeah,
I'm sure Drake has some songs that have no swearing in, and he's the number one selling artist of
absolutely,
time or whatever it is. It's all about authenticity. If it's true to yourself, if Eminem came out with like a pop song, you'd be like, it's not him, is it? It's something you expect to do. So I think it just completely depends who you are. It's a good question though, but I think it just completely depends who you are.
Yeah. At HMV Newcastle, I'm not sure if I'm understanding this question. Okay. What's your rap gods Mount Rushmore? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so you know Mount Rushmore, right, in America with the presidents.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So also, is there four?
Yeah, there's
all right,
four.
is he saying if you could put four heads on it? Right, okay.
Right, we're talking all the time. So Biggie, Eminem, 50 Cent. I forgot all rappers' names.
Jack Fox.
Yeah, no, myself up there. Kanye. Yeah, I think so. I mean, the guy's a dickhead, isn't he? But fucking hell, a college dropout. You know what I mean? It's so difficult when your favourite musician, like, been a lot of that in the last few years. Your favourite musician, your favourite artist, whatever, it just turns out to be a dickhead. You go,
Yeah.
come on, but it's getting harder and harder to defend you in public, but sometimes it's undeniable. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
And then final one on Instagram, at Stitch Redmond, he said, I sent him a message because it's too long to put in the thing. Do you feel as a musician you are better equipped to deal with traumatic experiences as you can write about them more freely than the non-musicians?
Wow. I don't know. It's again. I mean, everybody does things in their own pace, isn't it? Like I was saying. I mean, I don't want to again put a downer on it, but like I was in the middle of writing a few tunes when my dad passed away. That's a pretty traumatic experience, and I did channel it through music, and that helped. Everybody deals with things in their own way. I think that's just my way of dealing with stuff, is to create stuff. And it's difficult to explain. I'm sure you guys know this as well, being musicians. It's difficult to describe the feeling of getting lost in something.
Yeah.
I feel it when I'm on stage, when I'm performing. That's when I feel most comfortable, when I'm performing on stage. If I'm playing drums, if I'm doing comedy, if I'm doing rapping, if I'm doing 2 songs, if I'm doing 2 45-minute sets, whatever it is, and I'm not thinking of anything. I'm just completely lost in whatever it is that's going on, and that helps me deal with a lot of stuff. So I don't know if I'm better equipped to do it than somebody else who doesn't play music. Somebody else will have their own way of dealing with stuff, but it definitely is the way that I deal with stuff, and it does help a lot to play music and stuff. Yeah, it really does.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then finally, we got some rollover questions from next week's guest.
It's just bloody time travel.
Yeah, so we've just recorded it with them now. It's a really weird, because obviously we're trying to get yours on beforehand so that we fit you in time for yours.
Yeah.
So we just had Ellen Moss, which for those who are watching, good episode. Tune in next week for that.
Yeah.
And the question is, when you snore, are you a honk kind of snorer or honk me?
That's really funny. That's a great question. I snore. I guess I'm in a long distance relationship, so me and my girlfriend only see each other for a few times a year, but for condensed periods of time. And I snore like a motherfucker. Sorry. Honk shoe is my new favorite thing. I'm saying it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a long honker. I'd say I'm a big honker.
Is that actual terminology? I thought they just made this up on the thing before.
It's like a thing like on TikTok. Like people will like video like their pets sleeping.
Yeah.
And the comments will be like, "My guy's hung shoeing, like he's pays the bills in the house."
I never knew that was a thing.
I was about to say you need to get on TikTok more, but you absolutely don't need to get on TikTok more. You're doing good things. It's fine. I'm a long honker. So whatever the.
I think I'm a honk shoe.
I'm not a me guy. Yeah, I'm not that guy. I'm a honk shoer. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was told I'm a honk per. I go.
Yeah, that's completely fair.
Yeah. No, oftentimes my girlfriend will wake me up in the middle of the night and be like, "You're screaming at us." I'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't know. I'm dreaming of something bad. I don't know." So I'm a honk screamer apparently.
Yeah.
One that I'm looking forward to seeing what your answer is, because we couldn't decide this one. Okay. If you had to hide a giraffe, right? Now this giraffe has got like the world's secrets. You've got to hide it from the government. Right. How do you hide that giraffe?
Okay, if you had to hide a giraffe, now let's think about it.
Can't kill the giraffe, you know. It's
the obvious answer. How do you guys not think this? You put it in the wash, then they dry it and shrink it. Then you just put it wherever you want. Next question.
Okay, fair point. Yeah. I was like, put it in a zoo.
You need to find a large washing machine. That's the only. Unless you shrink the head first, and then
just slowly shrink the giraffe bit by it.
Yeah.
You know that. How do you need an elephant? How do you shrink a giraffe?
Yeah.
Bit by bit.
You just put a little pair of glasses with a little mustache on it.
Yeah.
And then nobody will just send it down Northumberland Street.
Different giraffe that.
Yeah. Nobody will.
And then how does? I can't remember what that was. How does your artist ventures? Right. Because they knew who was on. Knew yourself.
Well, no, sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, so LMOS, one of the fellas, knew yourself, so he's like, actually, I've got a question for Jack.
Oh, okay.
So, how does your other artist ventures influence your music? So, how does the comedy or the drumming work on the rap and vice versa?
Sure. I get this question. I don't get it a lot, but people have asked me this question before. The three main things that I do, rap, drumming, and comedy, are all timing's important in all three of them, and rhythm. What was the question?
So how does like your artist ventures in one aspect influenced
sure.
the other ones?
So like, well, I mean, we've already talked about the punchline thing in rap and in comedy. There is certain aspects. I think people who are comedians could be rappers, and people who are rappers could easily be comedians. I think they're very transferable. Drumming, it's all about finding a groove. I'm not like very much of a technical drummer, but I'm like a groove based drummer. I find like if I can get your head nodding and your toes tapping, well, that's good enough for me. So I think that applies to the rap stuff as well. Same with comedy. Like there's a lot of, like, I did a set last night at the Stand, and I'm starting to learn how to really pace a set. Just, like, come out with jokes, and then bring it down a bit, tell a story, then come out with jokes. Like, it's like putting a set list together.
Yeah.
Find the ups and downs. So it's all about timing and pacing and finding the right groove. That's whatever's best for the audience. Take the audience on it's cliche to say, but take the audience on a ride, whatever they want.
Yeah.
That's the main aspect, I think.
Cool.
I'd say.
And just finally, we just need 3 questions.
So I've thought about this a lot.
Okay.
Question 1. You all right?
You all right?
Question 2. Out of is it a band that's going to be on this, please?
Yersin, isn't it?
Yosin, yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
So it's a
great.
like a death metal band, a black metal band.
Okay,
So
great. Who has the least embarrassing Spotify Wrapped? And lastly, this is a 2-part. Is it a 2-part question, or is it a question with I wrote them down because I was really proud of this one. Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm a drummer, so solidarity with all drummers. If your drummer turned into a zombie, would you kill them or keep them as a pet?
Sure, dead.
I like that, actually.
Solidarity with the drummers.
I mean, drummers are hard to come by, so I mean,
exactly.
Do you know what the original question from the Ellen Moss band was? Do you know? Are you a drummer, or do you know any drummers? And we were like, oh, we got Jack Fox on next. We went, yeah, no, I got a different question. We know that.
Fair enough. I mean, because we've all seen Shaun of the Dead, right? When he keeps him in the shed.
Yeah, the little games at the end.
You keep him as a pet and keep him playing drums. Put some sticks in his hands. You
yeah,
absolutely. Mint. Yeah. We'll call that part 2, and we'll be back momentarily.
Right, spot on.
What's happening, guys? It's Conor Michael here, and to let you know that my latest single, Horse Outside, is available now, only on Spotify, because with it technically being a cover, it's not on iTunes. So make sure you stream it. For some reason, Glasgow's really took off, Newcastle not so much. Horse Outside, Spotify. Check it out. Enjoy the rest of the podcast. Nay!
We're back, baby!
This is the awkward bit now that your soundboard is there. I don't know.
It'll make sense because it's the honk honk bit. Obviously, I do the honk honk, but you know.
I like the honk shoe.
Yeah.
I think he's just got daily affirmations on his head. Just staring ahead.
Welcome back to our 3rd part of the Off the Stage podcast. You have Jack Fox, Conor Michael, James Berry. I'm really bad at this. Should have done this at the very first part. We are in new location, the Dubliner, on the quayside of Newcastle. Of course, normally we do record in Sunderland. But this time we needed to squeeze a few more episodes through the Christmas period because apparently we're not allowed to record podcasts on Christmas Day.
Nope.
That's not what the pub said. That's just what the wife said. So, 3rd final part essentially is what is happening in 2024 for yourself?
Great question. While I was in America, I went to America for Thanksgiving, which is end of November. And while you talking about your wives saying don't record a podcast on New Year's Day, I was like, I'm going to record an EP while I'm in your house, if that's all right. When I was over there with my girlfriend, so I recorded a 4-track EP. I was in America. This is one thing I like about rap is sometimes you can just press record and just rap.
Yeah.
So there's no choruses or anything on this EP. I'm just rapping for 4 songs.
Do you have to put like beat sound first before you do that? Or do you ever just rap and then you go, right, I'll add the beat on top? Or
No, normally I'll find a beat that suits the mood I'm in. I've got friends who make beats. I'll make beats every now and then. There's some websites on YouTube where you can find websites on the internet, where you can find beats. So I'll normally find a beat that fits my mood and then write to that. It'll just dictate the mood of the song and how it's going. So these 4 beats that I found, actually one of them I did make myself. So the EP is called Merrimack Valley because that's the area where my girlfriend lives in America, in New Hampshire. 4 tracks. I've got my friend 90 Bro doing like a sort of a hook on one song, and the rest of them are just me just rapping. And I also have another EP recorded, which are more like songs, verse, chorus, bridge type stuff. And I've made all those beats myself, and that's where Vulpecula's on that EP. And hopefully that'll be coming later in the year as well. I'm gonna put a bit more, not effort, because I want to put effort into Merrimack Valley as well, but I'm going to do videos for the ones on the other EP coming later in the year. And this one's just rap has a habit of doing like mixtapes. I don't know if you've heard of like rap mixtapes, where rappers will take other rappers' beats and just rap on them. Just to prove that like they're still right and they're still a better rapper than you. Lil Wayne does it a lot, 50 Cent does it a lot, G-Unit used to do it a lot. So this is kind of like that. It's kind of like an EP mixtape just to prove that I can still rap, because I haven't done it in a while. And then hopefully later in the year it'll be more rounded project. You know, the EP coming a bit later in the year, and I'll be out when it's out. Story about Merrimack Valley on the 12th of January.
Do you ever do like release shows with songs or EPs that come out with the rap, or do you just drop them?
The headline show I did in Easter was off the back of releasing 3 singles. It was just, I just found it was so much work, which, you know, you should, if you want to get anything out of life, you should work hard. But with everything else I've got going on, and I do kind of find rap as the most hobby type thing I do. Like, I do it for fun. Like, no record labels looking to sign a 34-year-old Geordie rapper who raps with strictly only with references to 90s footballers in his songs. Like, it's ridiculous, over the top lyrics. So I'm not expecting to wake up tomorrow and get signed by fucking Dr. Dre or whatever, you know. So I do it as fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy putting these songs together. I like going in the studio and recording them properly. So I don't want to stress out too much, like I did with the headline show, which was fun. I've done it now. I can tick it off. I've done it. It was good. So maybe I won't do that again. Although I never say never. You never know. One day I can wake up and be like, I want to be the greatest rapper of all time, and I want to be on BET and Top of the Pops.
So when it comes to obviously you do a lot of your own raps itself. If, let's say for example, me and James release a single and we said, let's have a bonus single where we put one of the single aside, original, and we get a feature artist on, and we went, let's get a rapper in. If we were to do that to you and say, would you fancy coming onto a track, how would that work? Would it be a case of, would you need the song and then you'd write the lyrics and that? Would we just be like, you know, if you give us a rap, would do a song?
Well, you pays me fee first.
It's always
you
get like raps on collabs, you know.
You'd probably. I've done it before. I've done it with a few singer-songwriters and stuff. They've just had a song or a beat or an instrumental left out, or would a bridge be 12 bars, 8 bars? Stick a rap in, and then you just do it. Whatever the mood of the song is, whatever they want from it. It's kind of like being a session musician, kind of, on a track. Unless it's like a completely collaborated project. But sometimes if somebody wants a rap on a song that they've wrote, they just tell you what you want, and then you do your thing on it, and then I feel like if you're a good enough artist, you can adapt to any sort of situation, and if it feel like it's going to be right for me to jump on, then I would jump on any track with anybody. Sure.
Just one that popped in my mind earlier.
Sure.
So have you got any local artists that you can give a shout out? Any other upcoming rappers that you think, actually, go check this guy out or this lass out?
Like I say, man, some of those any rising gigs, so many talented artists. Like, I've got my friend 90 Bro on a song. I mean, he was born in Sunderland. He's very northeast, but he lives down in London. But 90 Bro, Max Gavin's there in a group called Rumours together. They're fucking great. Iconic, NEO, Sam Thomas, 40 Cal, 2 Common, Left Blank, all these guys. I mean, AP3. I'm scared to leave anybody out, really. There's just so many talented artists. I mean, if you can look through Instagram, like, we all follow each other, and we're all share events and share bills with each other and stuff, so you can find everybody on there. But there's also so many like rock bands. Obviously, my band Hive Mind, I got to shout out my band Hive Mind. Lucky to share a band with those 3 other guys. Some of our favourite bands like 1080 Trees, Grey Palm, Abnorm. Some of the great. There's so many talented acts around the northeast. It really is a shame that we don't get a spotlight trying to listen.
I always say that, like,
outside the northeast, it really is such a shame. Obviously, Sam Fender and that kicked off a few years ago. and you thought maybe that would bring some sort of spotlight over, but it hasn't really. No offense to him, that's great that he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
You just wish there was a bit more shine on us.
Yeah,
No,
we do get missed out a lot. Like,
I feel like
yeah.
It goes as high as Manchester at times, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's like,
that's
back down.
that's what like the record labels will consider the North. It's like Manchester.
Yeah.
Anything above then is like, nope, not going to touch
you
that.
see a lot when bands tour, they do like London, Birmingham, Manchester,
Glasgow.
You know, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But we just got to keep trying. We just got to keep doing what we're doing, and just got to keep trying. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep pushing ourselves and
So keep doing our thing, man. As long as we keep doing our thing, and you know, when I was younger, I get a bit bitter about it, but like I'm 34 now, and I just enjoy it, man. I enjoy it more than ever.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do without music, without creating stuff. I don't know what I would do. I'd have absolutely no guidance in my life, and I have no path. And I still get lost in it when I'm doing it. I still love it more than anything, and I love sharing it with people and doing it. So without it, I'd be lost.
Cool. That's
Good close of that.
yeah. This I was going to
I feel like
say
I'll ask you a question.
It is like
I'll ask more questions.
Yeah, one did pop in my head just before when you mentioned Hive Mind, and just going back to the feature thing. Has there been, or would you want to do like a Hive Mind song where it breaks down to you pull a rap out, or would you rather just be the drummer?
thing is, can you rap and drum at the same time? Because I reckon that's
tried,
quite
but it sounds difficult. It's like one of them situations.
yeah. It is.
I've been asked this before as well. I don't think I'd want to. I don't think the genres complement each other that much, you know. I don't think George is more than capable of carrying. I mean, we've got a song called Medicine where she does a little rap in the second verse, and she was like, "Let me rap," and I was like, "You could have been better," but it was okay for what it was. I'm just kidding. No, George is more than capable of handling all that by herself. And some people have asked, but I don't like my type of rapping. Like I say, with the punchlines and the comedy aspect and stuff, wouldn't lend itself to our riffs and that. And I like being the drummer, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Everything that I do is the drumming and Hive Mind. So, no, to answer your question.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. You got any more questions you want to chuck in?
I think we've
I
covered.
feel like for most of the day I've kind of talked over you.
Oh no, it's fine. I've been.
This is the second episode. The next two is the same crack. I kind of talk and James sits and goes.
Just feel sorry. I'm just sitting feeling sorry for myself, to be honest. So it's like.
So if people were to find you online, how do they find Jack Fox? What's your social tags?
I mostly operate like I'm a whole machine. Instagram is jackfox_710, and that, people ask what's the 710 about. Like, it's my birthday. I was born the 7th of October, so 710. So jackfox_710. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music. I mostly just do stuff on Instagram now because I just feel it's easier to condense everything on one platform.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought
I'm
this was
trying to
not.
do the TikTok thing because that seems to be like the.
Well, that's what everyone's on. But
Yeah.
I found that like people don't go on TikTok to look for music.
Right.
The kind of it's all just like stupid videos of people being daft and dog videos and
people don't search for things either. It's just
They
whatever's
don't,
there is there.
yeah.
And if it comes across.
so you find even if you did like made like a really super viral thing, nobody's gonna go, "Ooh, I'm gonna check out your music."
Right,
Like
yeah,
it's
I
like
agree with
it's a
There
tough
was
one. Like
a tip of, if you're a musician advertising on TikTok, don't do the comedy thing. It's easy to get likes, but then when people go, "Oh, I've got a song," people, I don't care. I didn't come on here for your
Yeah.
song. There's a small market that are in it for the music.
Yeah.
And sadly, even if that's 3%, just the 3% you've got to target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't worry about the other 97. TikTok's that trap.
Yeah, I feel that as well. So mostly Instagram, jackfox_710. And then Merrimack Valley will be out on the 12th, and then I'll do more later in the year as well. And Hive Mind are always writing stuff. And like I say, on my Instagram, all my comedy stuff, all my comedy dates will be on there. And I'm going to hopefully try and write a full show this year, like a solo show, comedy show.
I'd love to see that.
I'm going to try to.
Yeah.
fair, comedy goes if you film your comedy routine, if you do little things,
Yeah.
that goes well on TikTok.
Yeah, it
I've
does.
seen a
But
few.
then again, people are like, well, don't want to see more comedy stuff. They don't want to hear
Yeah,
me
that's-
rapping
that's-
over a
yeah,
roadside
that's it,
car beat. Like, I don't give a
So
fuck.
did you say you've got the same Instagram for your comedy and rap?
Yeah, everything's just Jack Fox. I didn't used to go by Jack Fox on stage doing the comedy stuff. But I've got to streamline everything so people
Yeah.
make it
Yeah.
Be a
easy
brand.
to find me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a brand. Yeah. See Jack Fox _710.
Cool.
So you find everything.
Thank you very much, Jack.
Thanks for having me on, man.
That's been good.
And to everyone watching, if you haven't already followed us, we are at Off the Stage UK on everything. Drop us reviews, comments, subscribes, etc. I'm going to do a cheeky plug here because this episode's out on the 2nd of January. So this Saturday I am playing the Bunker in Sunderland. I've only just started advertising it because I only found out about it the other day. I kind of did a gig guide and went, oh, that's my name. Cool, looks like I'm playing then. So go check that out. I will be more prepared than I am at the minute. I've got other musicians on there are Ethan Moore and Amber Darcy. I'm saying that right.
Amber Daisy.
Amber Daisy. There you go. Yeah, I think that's all we've got to plug. Thank you to Dubliner for letting us use this room. Thank you, Jack, for coming down.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kat, for being producer. Thank you, Ashley, for doing photos in the earlier day.
Oh,
Thank you, James, for trying to cancel this morning, but then
Honestly,
grabbing a tampon and doing it anyway.
I couldn't wake up.
Thanks, well done.
Yeah, there may or may not be a song in part 4. We're still figuring out what's going to happen there. And yeah, up to surprise. We'll see what happens next.
Yeah, absolutely. See you later. Thank you very much. Dun, 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 dun.
Jack Fox, Off the Stage podcast. Yo. Allow me to set the tone. I keep my circle small and work best alone. Let it know when I do anything to get exposed. I put in my blood, sweat, tears, heart, flesh and bone. They say it's all about timing, like a metronome. My last girl treated me like a stepping stone. She was looking through my shit and found a second phone. So that's why last night I slept alone. Hey, I only ever play to win. Take a big deep breath as I take it in. My blonde tips blown as I face the wind. Looking like CR7 out of Real Madrid. My new girl at 10, she's a proper babe. She got brand new implants, now they're big, soft and fake. Be giving me top of days, but now she's got the taste. Had me moaning like Gary Neville when he commentates. A lot of rappers out here talking lots of fables. When I'm at dinner with labels sitting across the table. My new girl, heaven sent, she's a proper angel. We're more than friends, both looking like Ross and Rachel. We're not on a break either, you know what I mean? Curtains up, about to set it off. What's next for Foxwell? Just check the repertoire when it comes to getting pussy. All bets are off cause I leave with 4 stacked queens like a deck of cards. This is a sting up, kid, you better run your chain. Me and money go together like Son and Kane. Or York and Cole lifted trophies in the month of May. I'm laughing while you're all over the fucking place. Man, I could beat you in a battle with my ad-libs. Cause I heard your new tune is a damn squib. Me? I only rap about the daft shit. Looking like a young Brad Pitt and Chad Smith. Running laps around these twats at the racetrack. Just take this L like a gent, it's time to face facts. It's unfair cause my girl has an insane back. And your girl looks like Gail Platt. I'll make a bag, go and blow it all at retail. If you wanna book me, we'll send the details. I got a new assistant, yeah, she's female. She give me head as I invoice and email. My heart open and my smile thin, her legs open and I dive in. The drip fresh from the kicks to the tie pin. Legend in the northeast like Niall Quinn. Hey. I don't smoke or drink, man, I'm just high on life. I walk in every single room like I'm 9 for 5. And if you wanna act tight, man, I'll be all over it like white on rice, you know what I mean? Jack Fox, here at Mac Valley out the 12th of January. Shout out Off the Stage podcast.
Because I'm maybe up to it, I don't know why.